Hello, everyone, and welcome back.
I'm Nora.
And I'm George. Hello, everyone.
How are you doing today, George?
Honestly, a little tired, but happy to be here.
Tired is okay. We can work with tired.
Good, because that's all I've got right now.
You know, something nice happened to me this morning.
Oh, yeah? Tell me.
I woke up early and just sat with my coffee for 10 quiet minutes. No phone, nothing. It felt amazing.
10 minutes of silence? I don't think I've done that since college.
It's a small habit, but it changes my whole day.
Speaking of small habits, okay, I have a confession.
Uh-oh, here we go.
So last month I told myself, this is it. I'm finally getting fluent in English.
I remember that. You were so motivated.
I bought a grammar book, a thick one, very serious looking.
I saw it on your desk.
I studied for 3 hours on day 1. 3 hours, Nora.
And then?
And then day 2, I looked at the book and just closed it.
Because 3 hours felt like too much to repeat.
Exactly. It felt like a mountain, so I never opened it again.
That's actually really common. People start big and quit fast.
So what's the secret? Some magic method?
No magic, just much less time than you think.
Less time? That sounds too easy.
That's exactly what we're talking about today.
Wait, are we finally doing the 15-minute thing you keep mentioning?
Yes, how to speak fluent English with only 15 minutes a day.
15 minutes? That's shorter than my lunch break.
But first, if this podcast is helping you, please like and subscribe.
It really helps more people find these episodes. Just one tap.
Okay, now let's get into it properly. So, George, why do you think your 3-hour plan failed?
Because it was exhausting? I just burned out fast.
Right. Big effort for one day, then nothing for 2 weeks.
That's basically my whole life story.
15 minutes works because your brain can actually repeat it.
Repeat it how? Like every single day?
Yes. Think of it like brushing your teeth.
My teeth and my English are very different things, Nora.
Stay with me. You don't brush for 1 hour once a month.
No, that would be strange.
You brush for 2 minutes, but you do it every single day.
Because it becomes automatic. I don't even think about it.
Exactly. That's the goal with English, too. Automatic, not exhausting.
Okay, that actually makes sense. Small and constant beats big and rare.
Perfect way to put it.
So what do I actually do in 15 minutes?
Let's break it into 3 simple parts, 5 minutes each.
3 parts, 5 minutes. I can count that on one hand.
First, 5 minutes listening.
Listening to what exactly?
Anything natural. A podcast, a short video, even a song.
Do I need to understand every single word?
No, not at all. Your ear just needs to hear real English.
So I don't need a dictionary next to me.
Not for this part. Just relax and listen.
That already sounds better than my grammar book.
Second 5 minutes, speaking out loud, even alone.
Wait, talking to myself? People will think I'm strange.
Close the door then. Nobody has to know.
Okay, but what do I even say?
Describe your day, or repeat a sentence you just heard.
Like a mirror, but for my mouth instead of my face?
That's actually a great way to think about it.
I'm full of surprises today.
The point is, your mouth needs practice, not just your brain.
Because knowing a word and saying a word are different things.
Exactly right. Many people know English but freeze when speaking.
That is literally me in every meeting.
This 5 minutes fixes that, slowly but surely.
Can I ask something? What if I mess up while speaking alone?
That's actually the best part. Nobody's watching.
True, my cat doesn't judge my grammar.
Exactly. Mistakes here cost nothing.
Back home, I freeze because I'm scared of sounding silly in front of people.
That fear is normal. Almost everyone learning a language feels it.
So talking alone first kind of removes that fear?
Yes, you build confidence in private, then bring it outside.
Like practicing a speech before the real presentation.
Impressed? Perfect comparison. You rehearse quietly, then perform confidently.
I actually do that for work presentations already.
See, you already understand the method. Just apply it here, too.
Okay, give me an example. What would I actually say out loud?
Simple things. Today was busy. I had 3 meetings and 1 coffee.
That's it? Just describing my boring day?
Your boring day is perfect practice material.
Well, my day is very available for practice.
Or repeat a line from whatever you listened to earlier.
So the listening and speaking parts connect to each other.
Exactly. They're not separate. They support each other.
This is starting to feel less like homework and more like a habit.
That's the whole idea. It shouldn't feel like homework at all.
Okay, and the last 5 minutes?
Review. You look back at 1 new word or phrase.
Just 1? Not 10 new words?
Just 1. Learn it deeply, not quickly.
Quality over quantity, basically.
Impressed. You're getting good at this already.
I have a good teacher, apparently.
Stop it. But seriously, 1 word a day adds up fast.
How fast are we talking?
In a month, that's 30 new words used in real sentences.
30 words feels a lot more real than one huge grammar book.
Because you actually remember them. You didn't just memorize and forget.
This is like a small daily meal instead of one giant dinner.
I love that. Small and steady every single day.
Okay, I think my brain just clicked.
What clicked?
This isn't about finding more time, it's about needing less time.
Yes, you just said the whole lesson in 1 sentence.
Maybe I don't need that book after all.
You might still need it, just differently.
How do you mean?
Use it slowly, 1 small page a day, not all at once.
So the book wasn't the problem, my pace was.
Exactly. The tool was fine. The plan around it wasn't.
That's a little embarrassing to admit.
Don't worry. Almost everyone makes that same mistake.
So starting today, 15 minutes, 3 small parts.
Listening, speaking, reviewing. 5 minutes each.
And I do this every single day, not just when I feel motivated.
Especially on days you don't feel motivated.
Those are exactly the days I usually skip everything.
Which is exactly why small habits matter most on hard days.
Because 15 minutes feels possible even when I'm tired.
Right. You'll never say no to 15 minutes.
But 3 hours of grammar? Easy to say no to that.
You just explained the entire lesson again.
I think it's finally sinking in.
Good, because there's one more piece to this.
There's more. I thought 15 minutes was the whole plan.
The plan is simple, but sticking to it needs one more trick.
Here we go. What's the trick?
Same time, same place, every day.
Wait, why does that matter? Time is time, right?
Not really. Your brain loves patterns.
Explain that a little more.
If you do it right after breakfast, breakfast becomes the trigger.
So breakfast reminds my brain, oh, English time now.
Exactly. No more deciding, no more forgetting.
Because deciding is where I always fail.
Most people fail at deciding, not at doing.
That's oddly specific to my life.
It's specific to almost everyone's life, honestly.
So I attach it to something I already do every day.
Right. Coffee, commute, brushing teeth, anything fixed.
I already have coffee every morning without fail.
Perfect. 15 minutes right after your coffee.
Coffee, then English. That's easy to remember.
What if you don't drink coffee some mornings, though?
Good question. What happens then?
Pick a backup trigger, maybe right after you check your phone.
Oh, I definitely check my phone every morning without fail.
Everyone does. Might as well use it for something good.
So instead of scrolling, I do my 15 minutes first.
Or right after, as a reward for finishing the scroll.
I like that. Scroll, then speak. Has a nice rhythm.
Whatever gets you started consistently is the right choice.
What about people with really unpredictable schedules, like shift workers?
Good point. For them, the trigger can be an event, not a clock.
Like what?
Right when they get home, or right before their shower.
So it's less about the exact hour, more about the routine order.
Exactly. The order matters more than the clock number.
That actually makes this work for basically anyone.
That's the goal. One flexible system, not one rigid rule.
And here's something else that helps a lot. More tricks? You're full of them today.
Track it. Just a simple check mark on a calendar.
A check mark? That feels almost too simple.
Simple things work because you actually do them.
I guess a complicated system I never use helps nobody.
Exactly. And once you have a few check marks in a row,
I won't want to break the pattern.
impressed, you already know exactly how this works.
I do this with my step counter. I hate missing a day.
Same brain, same trick, just point it at English now.
Huh, I never thought about it that way.
Most habits use the same few tricks underneath.
So it's less about English and more about the habit itself.
Yes, that's the real secret, actually.
Okay, but what if I miss a day? Life happens.
Then you just continue the next day. One miss isn't failure.
What counts as failure then?
Quitting completely. Missing one day is just a normal Tuesday.
A normal Tuesday. I like that a lot.
The goal isn't perfect. The goal is mostly consistent.
Mostly consistent sounds much less scary than perfect.
Because perfect is what stops most people from starting at all.
That's basically why my grammar book is still on the shelf.
We'll get that book moving again, don't worry.
One small page at a time, right?
Exactly. You're really getting this today.
Okay, can we actually try this, like right now?
Sure, let's do the speaking part together.
Oh no, live practice. I'm suddenly nervous.
It's just us. Relax, George.
Okay, what's the situation?
Imagine you're ordering coffee in a new city. Go ahead.
Hello, can I get a coffee, please?
Good start. Now add a small detail, size or type.
Can I get a small coffee, please, with milk?
Perfect. Very natural, very simple.
Wait, that's it? I thought there'd be more pressure.
No pressure. Real conversations are usually this simple.
I always imagine some huge, complicated sentence in my head.
That imagined sentence is exactly what stops people from speaking.
So simple and correct beats complicated and stuck in my head.
Every single time. Let's try one more.
Okay, hit me.
Someone asks, "How was your weekend?" Answer naturally.
My weekend was good. I relaxed and watched a movie.
Impressed. See? That came out fast with no hesitation.
It actually did. I didn't even think about grammar.
Because you were focused on the answer, not the rules.
That's exactly the freeze I usually get in real meetings.
This is why daily practice matters. It removes that freeze slowly.
I genuinely feel a little more confident right now.
That's 15 minutes of practice already working.
Wait, that whole thing took less than a minute?
Small moments add up fast. That's the entire point.
Can we try one more? I'm actually enjoying this now.
Sure. Someone asks, "What do you do for work?"
I work in marketing. I mostly write and plan campaigns.
See how naturally that came out?
It did. No pause, no panic, just an answer.
That's exactly what daily practice builds over time.
Okay, let me try to recap everything quickly.
Go for it.
15 minutes a day, 5 for listening, 5 for speaking, 5 for review.
Good so far?
Attach it to something I already do, like coffee.
Keep going.
Track it with a simple check mark, and don't panic if I miss a day.
That's it. You just summarized the whole episode.
I actually remembered it without writing anything down.
Because it's simple enough to remember. That was the whole design.
15 minutes doesn't sound scary anymore.
It shouldn't. Small steps every single day.
I think I finally get why my old plan never worked.
Why's that?
I was trying to win the whole race in one single sprint.
That's a great way to put it.
Turns out slow and steady actually wins this one.
Old advice, but it's old because it's true.
15 minutes a day for a month sounds completely doable now.
It is, and a month from now, you'll notice a real difference.
I'm actually looking forward to trying this tomorrow morning.
Right after your coffee.
Right after my coffee, exactly.
All right, everyone, that's it for today's episode.
If this helped you even a little, please like and subscribe.
It really does help this podcast reach more learners like you.
And here's a question for you to answer in the comments.
What's one small habit you already do every single day?
Try answering in English, even just one simple sentence.
We'd genuinely love to read your answers.
Mine would be coffee, obviously.
We noticed. Thanks for listening, everyone.
See you in the next episode. Bye for now.